Blessed Love family. Tonight we have a little bit of a get together at my place, and a couple of weeks ago we shared a couple different uses of Seamoss, and y'all like, where the recipes? So we gonna make some of those recipes for y'all. Let's go to the grocery store, y'all, because we need some ingredients. All right, y'all, so we just pulled up to the grocery store. We're about to meet the Honorable Gray. I'm a chef, I'm a good cook myself, but she adds different flavors and some vibes like y'all saw in the video that we did a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna see what she's up to in here. She probably sniffing some mangoes on some kind of fruits.
His name is Tommy. He comes from Mexico. So if his name is Tommy in Mexico, his name would be Tomas.
We're gonna see where she's at, y'all. Let's get it. Fire in her natural habitat. Thanks. Honorable! What's his trend? What you say? Feeling good, feeling blessed and abundant. We're gonna make some salsa, some popsicles, some hummus, and some drink, and some salad. So let's get the vibe, let's get to it. We wanna make sure things are living in the lettuce, because that's how we really know it's organic. Because when we come to the store and we see a bunch of bugs and caterpillars and things on the food, it's organic, you know? So we can't be afraid of bugs on our food, because bugs are supposed to be on our food. You feel me? But don't eat the bugs, y'all. Make sure the bugs is off.
But when you're looking for cilantro, definitely make sure that you like pick off a piece of it, smell it, make sure that you know it feels good in the soul, and then go ahead, make the decision. So one very important thing, when you are sourcing your ingredients in real time, look at the code. See that code starting with the 94? It means it's organic in real life. So
let me tell you something about this alkaline, y'all. Alkaline is supposed to mean that it's non-hybrid, but key lime is still a hybrid. A lot of the things that is on the list are actually hybrids. So my bro who I live with, Spence, he has no snack policy in the house, but we still gonna get some snacks. We make the best salsa, we need some chips.
All right. Akeem.
Come on, I left that there. Come on, let's go.
What's happening?
What you tripping on? Come on, let's go.
What's that? You too busy talking to the produce.
All right, y'all, so we're here in Almost Alkaline Kitchen. We're about to prepare a legendary feast. And this one, we're preparing for an event. So we're thinking about what kind of foods can you bring forward that is just gonna be quick and easy to taste, but it's also gonna excite you. It's also gonna be like, dang, this tastes so good. And it's also super simple because we got a lot of other things to do, so we don't wanna put too much energy into this, but it's gonna be full of love still. So let's get into the recipe.
So for today, what we will be presenting is actually a lot of things that we've done in the past, but now we want to give you a little more detail as to like how you need to go about it. So with our dessert for today, so I'm going to start with the sweets. With our dessert for today, we made some delicious mango Seamoss popsicles. And we took it a step further. We leveled it up just a little bit by adding some sweet bay leaf tea. So we infused that. Very simple. All you need is your frozen fruit, or you can use fresh fruit, Seamoss gel,
where you blend all those together, make a nice puree, and then you put that into your molds. Like, you had some really awesome molds.
As this sits on the low and slow simmer, one very important thing, in the pot right now we have our ginger, we have our sweet bay leaf, and we have our cinnamon, the Reitman cinnamon in powder form. We want these ingredients to become acquainted with each other so that this being the bones of the overall brew is really the flavor that's coming through. So we're gonna let this simmer for a bit, about 10 minutes, then we're gonna turn it off and let it sit and really become acquainted. Once it's sitting, that's when we're going to add the Seamoss. That's when we're going to add any sweetener of your choice. Today we're using agave. And then allow that to also sit so that those flavors become acquainted and the Seamoss can really start thickening up your brew. and then chill, allow it to get to room temperature, and then stick it into the fridge, and it'll be ready to go with some ice, some sliced lemon, lime, citrus, whatever you'd like to add to it, and then enjoy that as a nice summer drink. Then next, what we're going to do is really have something for people to be able to nibble on. So we're coming back with the spinach hummus. We have our chickpeas, our spinach, our garlic. We have seasoning spices in there as well to add a little, you know. But the star of the show is bladder.
In this one, we did put a little bit of Seamoss powder as well for a little bit of extra thickness.
Okay.
Really has a lot of flavor with just the chickpeas and the spinach and the seasoning and the Seamoss. Just put a little bit of salt at the end, add some little sabor, little flavor.
And then what we also have is our salsa, right? Because we spoke about the salsa, but we didn't really show you how to make it. So you get your tomatoes of choice. We went with some Roma tomatoes today, purple onion, garlic. Our food processor. Once it's in the food processor, that's when you can start adding the ingredients. Was take that same salsa as a base and add avocado to it. So now you have an instant guacamole. You know, 2 in 1. And then to finish all of that off, we made a delicious chickpea salad. With some peppers, with some onion, purple onion, because it has different tang to it. We also added some green onion, as well as cucumbers and dates to really smooth out the flavor, because we made our own dressing with the red pepper, with cayenne pepper, with a little bit of serrano, as well as the green onions and Seamoss and bladderwrack. So just mixing all of that together and bringing that flavor out with the bladderwrack powder. You just mix all of it, food processor or in a blender, whichever you have, and put that all together. But for the salad, for the dressing, you put it in the food processor or in the blender, and then you mix that into the chickpeas with the peppers, with the cucumbers, with the onion. And that brings forth a really, really good flavor.
And then we got some jerk oyster mushroom. We've had this on the channel before, but we really had 3 different types of mushrooms. We had a king oyster mushroom. We had some other oyster mushrooms, which I don't know what they're called, like little kings, princes,
Baby
I don't know, but they're fire. They're so good. And then we got portobellos, and we really just seasoned those with some jerk paste and some seasoning peppers. Let that marinate for about an hour, then put that in the air fryer for about 15 minutes until they're nice and crispy, not having too much moisture in them, and then they're just perfect. So we're gonna serve that with some lettuce, and that's gonna be, our salad is actually gonna be put into a wrap, or our lettuce wrap. So we're gonna have some of the salad. We have a couple different types of sauces that we can put in there, some cilantro, and it's gonna mix that all up together. And those mushrooms are just gonna add so much flavor to it. Oh, thanks, it's potent. Oh, look at this legendary This right here is an epic little platter. If I went to an event and someone was having a lecture and they had this on the side table, you see me just over here by the side table, just taking dips, you know what I mean? Just feasting with myself, because that's what it is, how this kind of feast is. So I give thanks for this. But one thing I'm really excited to try is these popsicles.
Yes.
You know? So I'm gonna, look at that.
Ooh. Let's find out. Let's find out though.
I already know because I tasted the puree. Don't chew, right? Don't bite it. I'm like trying to get right to the flavor. There's like no patience. No, it's fire. Like,
You taste the
tastes
mango.
like mango puree. You know, and this is something like, you can give this to anyone, they gonna love it.
Especially them kids.
Especially the children.
And you could take it a step further and add something like ginger to it. You know, you can add your superfoods into.
Well, there's so much you could do with this. This is just the baseline. And I think that's what the beautiful thing about all this here is that this is just the template, the black print for you to work off of. And then from there, you just add your genius, add your uniqueness. Like this salad, like we could add fonio in this salad. We could add quinoa, we could add teff, we could add whole different types of veggies, greens like jicama.
Yes.
There's so many different things that you were talking about, you know? So that's legendary. We already did some taste testing for y'all in the other 5 Seamoss uses video. So we won't get too much into it, but just know that when you have people over and when you vibing with people and you bring this forward, this is gonna make them so they don't look at you like, oh, you that healthy guy that eats that healthy food that I don't like. That's just a battle a lot of us don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of us get looked at like they don't talk that way to us because it's just healthy. They talk because our food may not be tasting that good too, you know? So we gotta level up that food to the level where when they taste it, whoever tastes it, they gonna be like, I need this. I need this. Like my brother is one of the biggest meat eaters, one of the biggest people who's like anti-health. But once he tries this food, he's like, I love it. He can't deny it. So that's the kind of food that we need. Give thanks, Gray, for coming forward with these recipes and sharing the love with it. And this right here is something real special too. This sweet bay leaf brew. This is something that y'all need to have. Y'all need to have this all summer long for the rest of summer. In the wintertime, drink this hot.
Or cold. Well, depending. It depends, right? Because in the wintertime, I like to keep it.
You like to keep
nice
it cold?
Yes.
I'm gonna have some of this block.
Yes. How's that hitting? Yes. Ooh, it hit.
It's infusing. It's integrating. It's aligning. It ain't even hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And always remember to like make your food flavorful. Like don't forget the flavor when you're tapping into the wellness and the health. Don't forget the flavor. Don't forget the seasoning.
That's why people look at you like, what you feeding me, man? This guy's healthy, man. when you bring food to the parties, they gon' just automatically not want to try your food. Make sure you add some flavor, please.
And allow the ingredients to do what they need to do. For example, in this salad, you can taste the basil coming through. You can taste the red pepper coming through. So when we say don't forget to add flavor, also allow your ingredients to do what they have to do to come through with that flavor. And that's what I love about the bladder rack, is that the bladder rack kind of like comes in and punches everything and amplifies all the flavor of each ingredient.
Nice balance. So give thanks, y'all. Give thanks for tuning in. Y'all stay tuned for some vibes that we're gonna be bringing forward to Vancouver. So if you're in Vancouver, Canada, stay tuned. We're about to bring forward some legendary vibes, all right? So this is just a preview. And I give thanks, y'all, for tuning in. Give thanks, great. Sending y'all so much love and balance. Catch y'all on the next one. Ja! Rastafaro. Hey. Let me try to.